guys, I'm watching this back and I am so sorry if I am like whispering. My family is sleeping right now and sorry. So I know like you have to probably turn your volume up like all the way, but sorry. It's just my family sleeping and it's like I know it is kind of hard to hear me like
running through these checks like the ones on my shirt, so don't be dub, bitch, like it beat up. How I'm moving.
welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video I was gonna make since I'm turning 17 in August and it's currently May right now, I wanted to make a video of the things that I loved and I hated about being 17 years old. Yeah, so let's get into the video. So I'm pulling up the list on my phone in my notes. I think we're gonna start with the bad things first. I think number one is I'm more scared of my future than I've literally ever been in my entire life. I've never been so scared and just nervous about what's to come in my future. I've never been like nervous for my future before because I guess I never really cared about my future or where I ended up, but I think now I'm starting to really, care as a high school student and where I'm like headed with my life and where I'm gonna end up, eventually throughout my lifetime. The more I was 17 and the longer I was 17, I think I started thinking about what am I gonna do after high school? Am I gonna go to college or not? It just started like, am I gonna end up like homeless? Like, I just started like thinking about the future a lot more than any of my years of being a teenager or, any other year of my life. I just started thinking about being okay and having a decent job and providing for myself, and that's just what I started thinking about lately, which is like kind of crazy because I've never really heavily thought about stuff like that. Like, I've thought about it before, like it just like breezed past my head, like a little bit of nervousness came, like obviously you're nervous about the future, but I've never thought about my future so much in my entire life before until I turned 17 years old. Number two, it's been really, really, really hard for me to find a job. I don't know why it's been so difficult to find a job, but it's been really difficult for me. Because it's like I will apply to places and literally they'll call me back and they'll be like, oh, like this one place called me back and they were just like, oh, she was like, oh yeah, you'd be a great person for the position. I'm just like, oh wow, that's great, I finally have my first job. But then she was like, oh yeah, I thought you were 18, I'm sorry, you can't work here. And I'm just like, bruh. I don't know if it wasn't hard for you guys, like if it was hard enough for you guys to get a job at 17 years old, but for me, for some reason, it's like really difficult. Number three, you're not an adult, but you're not a child either. Like, you're not an adult and you're not a child, so it's like, where do you stand? Like, where is your place in the world? And I think that's what also comes with being 17, is a lot of confusion and just undecided decisions. You're just so confused at this age. I feel like I was so lost at this age, and I thought this age was gonna be so lit, and it wasn't any of that. It was just so like, I don't know, it was just like a weird age for me. I really wanted to be more independent and just, be on my own, but things don't work out how you planned it to, not all the time. And you're not a child either, you don't want to be treated like a child. So it's a weird age. Number four, I cried a lot. I don't know if it's just me. I cried like a lot. Like, sometimes I would just cry for no reason at all. It would just be me crying in my room silently, or maybe I would get overwhelmed over very small stuff. But I cried quite a bit, and it was a lot. It was a lot, and a lot of headaches and a lot of stress. I think due back to my other point of becoming an adult, but not really being an adult. So you're still kind of a child, but it's like a weird, awkward age. So I cried a lot, more than I think I've ever cried, honestly, which is kind of weird and kind of crazy. Number five, it was very boring and anticlimactic. I thought that this year was gonna be so great. Like, I thought, like, I was just going to flourish, you know? Like, it was very anticlimactic, you know? Like, it was very boring. It was a very boring year, I think. It was very boring, and it was very sad. It was a very sad year. I cried. Like I said, I cried a lot. Like, can't stress that enough. I cried a lot, so I think that plays a role into why it was so boring and very sad. So now moving on to the good things about being 17. Number one, I felt older. I felt older. As soon as I turned 17, I felt more responsible. I felt like I just felt older, you know, like I said, I was an adult. I'm not an adult, I'm not a kid, but I just felt older, you know. I just felt like, you know, that next year, you know, that next age, you know, the next milestone, things that I'll be completing during this age. You know, I felt accomplished by being 17 as soon as I turned 17. It was cool, you know. As soon as I turned 17, you know, blow up my little candles or whatnot, and it was really cool, you know. I liked being 17 sometimes. Number two, I finally, don't worry about my lash, bruh. If it looks weird, oh my god, sorry. But I finally got my own room. Oh my god. My whole life, I've never had my own room until now that I'm 17. And it is amazing having my own room. The best. It is the best feeling, and being free, not having to worry about my sister coming in and bothering me, being annoying, disrupting my sleep. Oh my god, that could be a whole video on its own about me having my own room, because I cherish it and I thank God for having my own room, because I just couldn't with my sister. Like, oh my god, oh my god, I can't. Got on my nerves, I can't, bro. But I'm so happy I finally got my own room. Hopefully it stays like this permanent, period. That's a really good thing about being 17. Number three, I gained a little bit more confidence in myself. All these years, like middle school years and coming into my freshman year of high school, I've never really had that much confidence in myself. Like, I tried to build it, but it's been so hard for me, because I feel like I'm like an outcast sometimes, because like I'm 5'6", so I'm kind of tall, and I'm not like the short girls, you know. So I always felt like an outcast, and I had to build my confidence into not being so. And I'm like shy too. I'm shy, but I'm tall, so it's like you stick out, but you're shy, you know. So it's like you don't want to stick out, but you do, because you're kind of tall. I had to build my confidence over the years, and I think I'm at a point where it's like I can finally wear certain clothes that I probably wouldn't have worn when I was in middle school or freshman year, and I just feel more confidence in more confident in myself, and more, like, a little bit more bold. 17 has shown me that I need to be more confident in myself and love myself a lot more, because I don't think I ever showed myself so much love until I turned 17. 16 to 17, those are the years that I really started showing myself some love. But I would say this year is the year that I really started, like, being more myself and growing into my skin more, and really finding who I am and what I want to do throughout my life. I think 17 has been the year that I have really started finding myself, and what I like, what I don't like, what I will stand for and what I won't stand for, and, you know, how I will be treated and respected, and how I will not be treated and respected. So 17 has shown me that. I think it has made me have a tremendous amount of growth throughout myself. And number four, I don't have 5 things on this list, because there wasn't that many good things to me about being 17, so I don't know. But number 4, I'm happy that I'm turning 18 in August. I'm happy that 17 is over. I'm not even lying. Like, I'm so happy that being 17 is over. Like, I don't even have to worry about it anymore. Like, I didn't really like this year anyway. I didn't like being 17 like that. The 3 things that I mentioned on this list of the good things, those are the very few things, and the only things that I really liked about being 17. Other than that, I don't think I really liked being 17, and I didn't really enjoy it as much as I think I should have. like I said, nothing really happened like that, you know. I'm just happy to be turning 18 years old, and finally feel like when I turn 18 years old, I feel like I'm going to do a lot more. I don't know why I feel like that, but I feel like I'm gonna do a lot more when I turn 18 years old, and I feel like I'm gonna really flourish and really find myself, because I'm already stepping into that way of finding myself while I'm 17. So I feel like when I'm 18, I feel like I will definitely not know 100% who I am, but you know, I will definitely find more and more bits and pieces of who I am. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to stay tuned for more videos. Like and comment down below what you guys want to see next. And if you're new, sorry. And thanks for watching the video, and yeah, my social medias will be down below in the description, and
Running through these checks like the ones on my shirt. So don't be dub, like it beat up. Turn that how I'm moving.
oh my god, don't fall there. I gained a little bit more confidence since my so like